Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 31st through September 6th. And during that time, we'll have a first quarter moon that comes in on the 31st, the 1st, that area. And that can be a little bit like a full moon. It's that, where you feel a little bit impatient and active, and it's hard to settle down. You get a little frustrated. So keep that in mind and kind of just get through that period. And then we move into the waxing gibbous, which is a little more calm. It's a time that allows for deeper understanding and outlook, and really good for you to, act on your intuition and your introspective thoughts and ideas, and time for planning and preparation and also execution of the things that you've just started during the new moon. So we can be a little flexible, make changes, that sort of thing. Keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. Also, Taurus, since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and it's super easy for you to do. All you have to do is be logged into YouTube, add me, and I'll give you just a second for you to do that right now. Thank you so much. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you for coming back and helping me build a community here. I really do appreciate it. Okay, this will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter this week, Taurus. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is step out of your comfort zone. Okay, let's see what the Taurus Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling Taurus, my weekly reminder is that you keep a spiritual journal. Sometimes we don't always recognize the patterns that are evolving in our life when it comes to our spiritual experiences. So keeping track of those things that you learn, and this could be things like synchronicities or dreams that you're having, different encounters, just things that you learn. But it helps you to look back on those emerging patterns, and that can be very important, to use as a tool as you evolve spiritually. So that is just my fun weekly reminder for you, Taurus. We've got cards that want to pop out here, so we will take them. Feel like we need to continue shuffling there, so give it a couple more whirls. Okay, we are ready to go. Okay, Taurus, overall present energy, some sort of celebration. Sounds like fun. 3 of Cups, I love that. Maybe that's where you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Sometimes that's not comfortable for everybody, is to be at a gathering. Maybe it's a small gathering with you and a couple of friends, but maybe it is something where you're stepping out of your comfort zone, maybe hanging out with people that you don't normally hang out with, and that's fine. Go ahead and do that. That can be fun. Your current situation is the 7 of Pentacles. So maybe you're kind of stuck in a holding pattern here, waiting on harvest to come in, waiting on, this could be some sort of financial thing where you're just kind of, you're just going with the flow. There's nothing really new happening, nothing old going on. You're just kind of waiting on things that you've already worked on to come in. So at the root of your situation this week is the 4 of Cups. So a little bit of dissatisfaction, maybe a little bit of boredom. Like I said, if you're waiting here for something to happen, you're a little bored, a little dissatisfied, and that's why you're going to get together with some friends and have a good time. Perfect time for it. Don't blame you. Again, watch for that moon energy, that first quarter moon energy, which again is it's the 31st and the 1st. So what's that, Saturday? I think it's Saturday, Sunday on my calendar in here, but that could be why you're feeling that little impatient, that impulsive. It's like, hey, being a little bit active, let's go out and have a good time. I don't blame you. It's a good way to use that energy. In your recent past, Page of Pentacles. So something new that has come in for you, or some change that you've had in your material world. This could be some change in your job, some change in something that's going on. And you might actually be celebrating that, that you're waiting. Maybe this is a new thing that's come in for you, or you're celebrating it, even though you're kind of in a holding pattern. It hasn't really happened yet, but this could be a promotion that's coming up. Maybe maybe you've taken a position. It doesn't start for another few weeks or whatever, but you're celebrating it and you're kind of just waiting on that thing to happen. What is on your mind this week is the Emperor. So you're feeling very in control. You're feeling your leadership skills. You're feeling like you have a very clear vision, I think. And also, isn't this the Taurus card? I really need to memorize those. I need to make myself a note. But yeah, leadership. This is someone who gets things done. This is a builder. This is someone who's an authority figure in the thing that they're involved with. Someone who's systematically knows how to get things done, very structured rules, regulations, that sort of thing. Very, very Taurus, I believe. So, as I'm describing, I think it is the card of Taurus. And that's fine, but you're just kind of in your own element this week, right? And maybe again, you're waiting on this thing to come in, and that's good, and you're just feeling that. That's what's on your mind this week, is this leadership, and using that skill set. And again, maybe even thinking about the future, using that skill set as you move into this new thing that's coming. Again, I just get this holding pattern feeling that you're just kind of waiting. You're waiting on this thing to happen. So, whatever it's going to be, again, your overall message is to step out of your comfort zone. So if you're feeling a little bit comfortable, and those may be the skills, those leadership skills that you're going to put to action. What is just ahead of you is the Eight of Cups. So moving on and thinking about the future. And again, this thing that you're working towards could be a few weeks out. I just get the feeling that it's coming up, but it's not completely imminent. It's not this week. But you've got something that's coming up in the next few weeks that you're really going to have to embody these emperor skills. In your advice position is just to be happy about it. You're kind of at your root, you're kind of in this little feeling dissatisfied, and maybe it's just a little bit of impatience, but you need to stop, and you need to really just kind of enjoy the moment right now, because I feel like things are about to change. You might, where you're not very busy right now and you're partying with your friends and you're having a good time, things may be about to get really busy for you, and you need to really just enjoy the time that you're having right now. Make sure that you're using that time to, for rest and relaxation, but also to get yourself kind of organized and ready to go for this new thing that's coming up for you. I feel like um, you're about to come up on something where you are going to be very busy, and that time's going to be limited. So make sure you're using your time wisely right now to, to kind of enjoy that. All right. Let's see what's beyond your control this week. Beyond your control is Knight of Cups. So action in the way of your emotional realm. And this is probably, again, has a lot to do with these friends here that you're with. These friends that probably going to pull you out of feeling this dissatisfied mode. So let them know you appreciate them. You're moving towards the future in a good way. And that's good. That's good. Make sure that you're being open emotionally with those people around you, especially the ones that are your support system. What is your secret desire? What you're trying to avoid is the Two of Pentacles. So maybe it's your secret desire to kind of juggle things, or you're trying to avoid that. Again, I get the feeling that this is not you yet, but this is kind of your future you. And maybe you're trying to avoid that right now because you know that's coming. But I do feel, look at the water in the background of the Two of Pentacles. There's just a lot going on. You're trying to keep all the balls in the air, literally. And I feel like this is future you. So again, enjoy this time to rest and relax now, and time with your friends, because I feel like that time might get a little bit more limited for you. And your outcome position is another two here, which is just being in a place of indecision, that maybe you are, I feel like this is no decision, but I feel like right now in this area, it's just more no action. There's just, again, I just want to keep saying holding pattern, that there's some holding pattern that you're in, that something's about to break through. Maybe you're waiting on this information, this new, there might be, um, again, for some of you, that if it does have to do with your material world, if it's a job or something that you're kind of waiting, you're waiting. Maybe there was a whole bunch of you that interviewed for a position at your current job, and you're kind of waiting, waiting. You can't move forward until you have that information in your hands. So first off, I wish you the best of luck with that. And I do feel like you're just kind of in a holding pattern. I just want to keep saying that word. Let me know in the comments if that is making sense to any of you. What is hidden from you this week is the Devil. So that's good. That's one of the, there's a few cards in the deck that we'd rather see hidden. That's definitely one of them. So we're not even dealing with that devil on your shoulder this week. I just feel like you're kind of waiting. You're waiting for maybe the next thing to come up, or you're waiting, maybe there's some kind of seasonal aspect to the work that you do, and you're about to head into your busy season, but this is kind of the slow season, getting that feeling too. So just enjoy yourself, Your advice is to just enjoy the moment this week. All right, let's see what the Soul Oracle deck says for you this week. Soul Oracle for Taurus, August 31st through September 6th. while they are kind of in wait and see mode. Wait and see. Also, look up angel number 22. If I did not mention that, I don't think I did. But yeah, look up angel number 22. See what that means for you this week. Claim your art, which I'm going to pull another card because sometimes that card comes out and, you know, it doesn't seem, I don't know, it just doesn't seem relevant. Maybe it does. Maybe it does seem relevant to some of you. Maybe claim your time is more what I'm thinking here. Express your joy. And doesn't that go with that sun card as well? So, you know, I just really am also getting the enjoy the moment vibe from this. Enjoy this little bit of slowdown that you're having right now. All right, let's see what you need to do, Taurus, in the way of self-care. Taurus, self-care, or I'm sorry, August 31st through September 6th. And the card that comes up is the friend card. And that card says, be a good friend to yourself, or be as good a friend to yourself as you are to others. Again, enjoy the moment. Express your joy. Enjoy yourself a little bit, Taurus. I think you're in a little bit of a slowdown right now before things get going and things get crazy, before you're in this juggle everything mode. So just enjoy yourself now while you can, because life's going to get a little bit crazier. So, Taurus, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time here with me today. I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. And again, if you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below and let me know, what is it? Are you enjoying the moment right now? Are you in a slowdown phase? Are you about to come up on something that makes you a little bit busier? It might be interesting to share those comments and notes with each other, the whole Taurus collective. So I do post weekly readings. So come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something totally new that pops up here for you. Also, once again, if you like my reading style, of course, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps push me out in the algorithm, and I appreciate that so much. But most importantly, it'll help you find me next week and we can see how your story continues here, Taurus. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.